You are listening to an exclusive preview of this week's episode of STF Underground.
Fox and I have decided to take a look at what some of our top picks. We decided to pick 2 men, 1 woman, a tag team, and an NXT call-up for each roster. And we are going to figure out to see where we end up each going into that. Fox, I'll let you talk your Raw roster first.
All right. Well, and I have no idea what your roster is, so this is kind of exciting to see if we have any of the same folks.
Definitely. So who do you have going to Monday Night Raw?
All right. So Monday Night Raw on the men's side, I've got Andrade, Cien Almas going over and being an upper mid-card player, going for the Intercontinental title or who knows, whatever title is there, whatever the mid-card title is. But I really see him kind of rebuilding his brand on Raw, mixing it up with some new guys. So I've got Andrade, and then I actually have the returning Luke Harper returning to Monday Night Raw. He had a brief moment, stare down with Braun in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. So he's back. He can I don't think that they're going to do the Bludgeon Brothers thing anymore with Rowan being with Daniel Bryan. So I think this allows Luke Harper to join the Raw roster and, again, mix it up with some of those upper mid-card guys. Maybe even tag with Braun and be a pretty fearsome tag team.
Who do you got for your woman coming up?
So on the women's side, I've got Ember Moon making a big splash on Raw. She was in the women's Battle Royal, and so it looks like she's back to back to fighting form, which is great. I'm a big Ember Moon fan, so would love to see her on the Raw side. For the tag teams, I've actually got Rusev and Nakamura heading over to Raw. The reason that I think that this is going to be cool is they can function as a tag team, but if that doesn't have legs, you've got 2 very solid singles folks, and again, anytime there's a brand switch, it allows guys to rebrand themselves, kind of build themselves back up and start fresh. I can't think of 2 guys that could use that more than Rusev and Nakamura.
So Rusev leaves his Lady Lana behind?
Maybe, who knows? I mean, they are still doing Snickers commercials together. It's fine.
They are, yes, they are. Although I'm not sure that's Lana. I feel like Lana has an accent, and whoever's in that Snickers commercial.
It's a doppelganger. Got it. Stunt double.
Who's getting called up from NXT to Monday Night Raw?
The Bruiserweight, Mr. Pete Dunne, is coming to Monday Night Raw, and he's going to be awesome.
That is a fantastic choice. So I'll give you my rundown for Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to go hot and heavy here. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to say that the first pick going to Monday Night Raw is going to be the former face that runs the place on SmackDown, the house that AJ Styles had formerly built as SmackDown, but he is going to Monday Night Raw. I feel like that's going to be the big pick going over to Raw to give AJ some variety, to make him have some brand new faces, and we could really see, if you think about it, AJ Styles against Seth Rollins for a good amount of time, even maybe bringing back heel AJ Styles. I think that would be fantastic.
It's a great pick.
After that, I see the United States champion Samoa Joe coming over. I feel like Joe's been on SmackDown long enough. You bring over Joe, again, brand new feuds. You could put him against pretty much anybody on the Raw roster. I feel like he's somebody that would be fantastic there. Fox, I'm going to do you a favor here and give you a huge pick for the women. I think that it is her time to finally come over to Monday Night Raw. It's Asuka time, baby. Asuka's coming to Monday Night Raw. I feel like she's the big pick to give Monday Night Raw some spice. I feel like she needs a career rejuvenation.
Absolutely.
And that's going to happen on Monday Night Raw.
I appreciate that, and Asuka appreciates that, and our legions of fans appreciate that.
My tag team is another tag team that needs a rejuvenation, and quite honestly, I feel that they're way too big for SmackDown and the time allotted for SmackDown, but they'd be a perfect fit, especially with maybe a returning Bray Wyatt, maybe added into there in the future. Sanity with Eric Young.
Yeah,
and
I toggled with Sanity and Rusev and Nakamura. I really, we're all these folks that we're mentioning are like in need of a serious reboot, and I love that pick. I had Sanity as well.
Yeah, I think Sanity would be a really great pick over to Raw. And my NXT call-up, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Oh, you had Pete too?
Yeah,
Nice.
I did. Originally I had Pete Dunne going to SmackDown. I think that he'd be a great fit for either roster, but I thought of a better pick actually over to SmackDown. I really do see Pete Dunne being called up just because of the way that he left NXT, losing to Walter. So I feel like it's his time, and I'm hoping that he gets called up the right way to one of these rosters. I mean, he's going to be awesome either way.
Great minds think alike. I like that. And speaking of Sanity, do you think Nikki Cross comes over as well?
No, I think she's just going to do her thing. Maybe have those awkward backstage encounters like they do once in a while, like they did with like AJ and the club.
Dang, why you gonna do Miss Cross like that?
I think that she could do pretty good by herself, to be completely honest with you. And she doesn't necessarily need it, but whatever. I feel like she doesn't need Sanity as much as they need her, but we'll see what happens there.
Fair enough.
I'll give you my SmackDown picks next, and I think AJ Styles went to Monday Night Raw, knowing that SmackDown is going to be on Fox, and whoever the roster has going into the Superstar Shakeup is going to be the people who are going to be on Fox. My first big pick here, Roman Reigns going to SmackDown Live.
Love it. Love that pick.
I feel like Roman Reigns is going to be the person carrying what they want to be the new A show. He's going to be the person that is going to be fresh and far away from the Universal Championship, maybe going eventually for the WWE Championship. I think that'd be really great for him. My next pick, and we talked about Samoa Joe going over to Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor going to SmackDown where he belongs. He released a brand new blue shirt today. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, really? That's a good sign right there. I did not know he did that. But hey, look, the Intercontinental Championship, if that's going over to Fox as well, yeah, great two picks. I can't argue with either of them.
So my pick to SmackDown, and maybe I just need to reevaluate the roster here, because I thought that Ember Moon was a Raw girl. So I have Ember Moon going to SmackDown. So I think we'll take a look at that to see where
one of us is wrong.
we'll take a look to see where she's officially at. I mean, I guess it's been a long time since she's been on the roster.
It's been a while,
so,
yeah.
We'll reevaluate that. But I have Ember Moon coming over to SmackDown Live, and taking the division by storm there, and seeing what happens with her.
I guess we're both big Ember fans then.
Yeah, I love Ember Moon. My tag team going to SmackDown Live, and I think that this is great for diversity, great for people that are going to see something fun on Fox and see something fun that you don't normally see on TV, is the Lucha House Party. I think the Lucha House Party is going to be someone that you want to see selling some things on TV with masks and these noisemakers and jumping around. It's just something fun for them to see on SmackDown Live, eventually on Fox.
Have a big tag match with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
It's cool. They would definitely have to climb out of like jobber territory.
Yep.
But I mean they could do it.
I mean, I feel like You almost don't even have to with those three guys because they're not even about winning. They're just about having fun and being
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of. Do you remember the gif of Brock Lesnar when he was facing Eddie Guerrero and he has the sombrero on and he's eating nachos and he's doing the dance and he had the whole mariachi band?
I don't remember that.
I'll have to send it to you.
That.
Listeners who remember 2004, yeah, that's the house party right there.
My SmackDown call-up is going to be an actual SmackDown tag team because I feel like they are a SmackDown tag team that could ignite the women's division. And I don't think that they have much to do left in NXT because, Shayna Baszler has a chokehold, quite literally with her Kirifuda clutch, on the SmackDown women's division. I have the Sky Pirates coming up to SmackDown Live with the lovely Kairi Sane and obviously Io Shirai, who's incredible as well. I have them to round out my top 5 picks to SmackDown Live.
I like it. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. I want to hear it, man.
All right. So I will say, though, that with having like Braun come out on SmackDown and Drew McIntyre coming out on SmackDown, I feel like that sort of ruled them out for both of us. I felt, you know what I mean? It's almost like they prematurely had those guys on the opposite brand. So I don't know about you, but it threw some curveballs into my picks. That being said, great minds do think alike, Douglas. I have Roman Reigns going over to SmackDown as well.
The big dog.
Yeah, I've got the big dog going over there. I think he's going to mix it up with some new folks, and that'll be a lot of fun. And like you said, the Fox deal definitely has a lot to do with it. And I've got the almighty Bobby Lashley going over to SmackDown. Yeah, so I think that, I feel like my odds went down drastically with that Finn Balor blue shirt comment, but that's fine too. It's fine. But I think Lashley would be a cool addition to SmackDown.
I mean, as long as we keep the two away from each other, right?
Yes. So, just keep Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley far, far away from each other for a very long time. I'm good with that. All right, so the woman that is going over to the blue brand, we're breaking up the Boston Hug connection. Sasha Banks is going to SmackDown.
I was so close on that one. I really thought that was going to be one of my picks there. But I feel like other than the Iconics and, if my choice of Sky Pirates comes through, what other women's tag teams do you really have,
It doesn't matter. She's not going to be part of a tag team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need more women's tag teams to be able to challenge the Iconics.
Yeah, but the Iconics can challenge on any brand.
Right. And I'm just saying, like, in general, like, you don't have a lot of women's tag teams on any brand, so the
Boston Hugger going bye-bye. They've done their thing. They were the inaugural champs. I think Sasha is due for a little bit of a fresh start.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
All right. Cool. Tag team, I have the Revival going over to SmackDown.
Yep.
I think
they need it.
No flips, just fists.
Yeah, they need it. They're good fisters, and they definitely do that really well.
You call them good fisters? we can edit this out in post, right? Because you said good fisters.
I'm keeping that one in.
All right, sounds good. Okay, my NXT call-ups is also the Sky Pirates.
Oh, man, look at you.
Good pick. I was trying to keep my mouth shut when you said it. I had Sky Pirates as well. So we had the same NXT people, Pete Dunne and the Sky Pirates. That's impressive, sir. Well done. Tip of the cap.
That is pretty well done.
Like what you heard? New episodes drop every week. If you want more content, follow us on Facebook at STF Underground Podcast or on Twitter and Instagram at STF Underground.